Hello, Consulting Joe back with another video update. I've got my BarBot interface here and a lot of updates to it over the last few days. So let's jump right in. So this is the interface as it would look in real life on a 7-inch touchscreen that's 480 by 800 resolution. I've got a Raspberry Pi touchscreen that's rotated, and so I've got that running on my Chrome on my Mac. So just to show you, we've got the status icon up here in the corner. We are connected to the USB device. If we tap on that, we can see our motor board is connected, our motors are homed, and everything's ready to go. Excuse me. And then we've got our bottles, the list of bottles, how many ounces are in each, so that we can keep track of them. Right now I'm not doing that. And then our status stuff on the right hand side. So we'll see our average load update occasionally. We'll see the memory update occasionally, and then just the specs on the system. So let's jump out of here. If we were to take a look at a drink, I've got this new one in here. It uses a cocktail glass and is about 5.5 total ounces. So I'm adding all that up. Here's our ingredients and our instructions, and then the coolest part right here is that it'll actually take these ingredients, break them down, find out which bottles are in which slots on the BarBot, and then do the math, divide it up, and create a queue, like a list of all the commands to tell the motor board exactly how to make this drink. So it's kind of like the G code, but to my BarBot. So if we hit make me, we get this. It'll prompt us to insert the cocktail glass to make our drink here. It'll remind us the ingredients, and then we can hit go. And right now it's running. On the right hand side is the server running the show. It came up with the list of commands which will tell it to go to each bottle and then dispense each bottle. And then there's actually half shots is 750 is the position to do a full shot. 425 is my estimate to do a half shot. I might have to adjust that slightly, but it's running through, and then once it finishes, we've got this nice little prompt here, and then we can close it. So it's pretty neat. Worked pretty well. I actually thought a QR code would be here instead of the drink, so it's kind of a bug, but I kind of like this better than a QR code for my website, so I'm kind of still saying the website. We're just going to stick with that. All else fails, you'll probably see the QR code underneath. But if we take a quick peek at the code, I can uncomment this. When I was working on this page right here, if I refresh, it'll prompt us straight to this page, and this is what I was talking about. But it looks way, way better to have it put in the drink image to show you what hopefully your drink looks like and tastes like. So from here, I don't really have anything past this, but the idea is the BarBot actually will have a 1080p onboard camera, and it's going to allow me to give the user the chance to, if they wanted, take a photo of them or their friends with the drink and then share that on social media. On top of that, an idea I had to take it one step further, there's some very, very cool, very fast facial recognition libraries out there. I wanted to apply that to this so that I could possibly keep track of what someone got last time, so that if they come up to the BarBot, I can take a guess and ask them if they'd like to have another one of these Sour 7 vodkas or whatever, if we do that. And then further down the road, an idea would be using some AI to guesstimate their next drink based on a trend of recognizing who and what drinks people are getting. But that's way further down the road. We've got to do one step at a time, set our goals small, and knock them out. So this is the BarBot. It's ready to go, minus being plugged into the actual BarBot itself. I've got just a board hooked up to USB on my table here, simulating everything. And just to kind of show you that, I can real-time unplug this device. It'll show on the web interface it's disconnected. I probably should reset the motors homed just as a safety too. And then we've got this sequence going on where it's trying to constantly reconnect. So if I just plug it back in, we should be back in business. There we go, the port's listening. It's rehoming the motors right now if we look up here, and they are rehomed. So we're back in business. Just to show you another little feature to that, if we were to make a drink and something was to go wrong and the USB was to get unplugged, now we can't control those motors anymore. We've got the red icon up here in the top, and then our buttons are disabled. So we get a message, motors are not online or not homed. Please check the USB connection to the motor controller from this display. So you would get that, and you wouldn't be able to make your drink. You can jump in and go, oh shoot, we're disconnected, then reconnect, and then we should be back in business. So make drink. We still can't make our drink until the motors are homed, and now they're homed. So here we go. Now another piece I want to do here very soon before I really test this whole thing out is highlight each ingredient as it's being made, or maybe have a status message to the right of each one and change colors of each ingredient, because I'm already picking up those messages where it says making drink. It lists all my commands that are left, and then my current the current command should only be one. It basically is this very top command. So if we scroll down some more and find another, this direction, find another one, there's no more left at that point. But if we come back up, making drink is here. There's still some commands, 5 to go. Did I miss some? That's very interesting. Oh, nope, here's some. So but yeah, the idea is the current item would only be the current item that it's working on, but this is, we want just a few drips of, it's supposed to be 7 drops of, I think it's supposed to be like lime juice or lemon juice, but we're substituting that for sour mix. It'll be close enough. We'll have to play with that once we get it going. But I do a little conversion to that to basically come up with how many steps. So the steps is it goes to bottle -22, which is the very last bottle, which is actually bottle 12. But I have this little negative addressing system that actually converts to the positive addresses, which are in the thousands. So it's just easier to track this way and keep my protocol simple. So the idea is you go to -22. Once it gets there, it's going to send a -22 again, but with a comma, and then calculated shot. So if it's a full shot, this would be 750, which will be one full shot for a second and a half or almost 2 seconds, and then it'll return. But I have a little reset linear kind of conversion range function that will take a few parameters. If I jump to that, so measured minimum is 0 if we don't want anything. Measured maximum is 1 ounce right there. So the step minimum, by default, it sits at a homing position of 350, and then the max position actually is 750 for a full pour, but there's a delay as far as when it goes up and stops. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try and keep the delay constant and have these adjusted based on that delay. So we'll never go up to 750, and 500, if we go all the way up to 500, wait a second and come back, that I would think should be almost like 3/4 of a shot, maybe closer to a shot. So then I may have to reduce this number as the thought, possibly just a half, so that when it does that 1 second or a second and a half of holding that thing open, that it will dispense the correct amount. So these are numbers that I may have to adjust, but for the most part, it's looking pretty nice. We're ready for some drink making. So like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Take care.